Why you shouldn't date broke men, period.
I'm telling you what I know, girls. Broke men are mean.
Another weekend to remind you that being single is better than dating a broke man.
These are 3 signs that man that you're talking to is broke. Coming in strong. Their favorite line to say every time y'all go out is, "Ooh, babe, I forgot my wallet. Can you pay? I'll pay next time."
When love isn't enough, the high cost of carrying a relationship alone. Let's be real. In today's world, love is not the magic glue that holds everything together. Sure, emotions matter. Chemistry can be electric, but without effort, growth, and shared responsibility, all those warm feelings eventually burn out. Here's a hard truth most people are too afraid to say out loud. Dating a man with no drive, no plan, and no ambition can leave you emotionally exhausted and financially strained. This isn't about shaming, it's about accountability. Relationships require more than love. They demand balance. When one partner is stuck pulling all the weight, emotionally, financially, mentally, the connection becomes lopsided and unsustainable. You can't pay rent with a hug. Cuddles don't cover bills. Sweet talk doesn't pay for groceries. Too many women learn the hard way that being with a man who lacks hustle, goals, or even basic contribution turns a partnership into a burden. If he brings nothing, no vision, no support, no effort, then what you're in isn't love. It's quiet servitude, where one gives endlessly while the other just takes. It's time to stop romanticizing struggle love and start demanding mutual growth. Because love without action is just a pretty lie that leaves you empty in the end.
Listen, understand that men who always avoid dates but try to invite themselves to your house are broke, lustful, or hiding something. Or all three of them. Nobody has time for that. No, you're not making your way to my house. There's nothing over there. It's a bed, a couch, a living room, a dining room, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you, in fact, did not pay for. My thing is this. Y'all be on weird type of timing with people when if you was grown and you had it like that, you would say what your intent is. But y'all so silly that y'all make it so obvious what type of time y'all on. There's no man in this world who has not courted me and was ever able to come to my crib. I need to get courted. I need to get to know you, and I need to trust you. Y'all just be trying to come over strange women's house. Now, when y'all get set up and something happens to y'all because y'all lustful and y'all thirsty, nobody can feel bad for you. That's what you get. That's what you get, boo. Stop being weird and being cheap and lustful. If you cannot afford a date, stop trying to invite yourself to a woman's house. The least you could do is be thoughtful and say, let me put together a little picnic. We can go to a little park. I don't know anything. Y'all be so weird. No, you're not coming to my house.
They're trying to check out their new residence. They live in their cars with a car note. 4 seats, 4 doors, 4 windows, a hood, and a trunk apartment. I feel so disrespected if they even ask me that. Like, BOI, what come where? No, that's not how it goes over here. We can meet at a restaurant. I don't even want to go on a picnic with one. Nowadays, men be too different. How about inviting us to come to their house? I've had a lot of that the last few years, and I never say yes. They are so comfortable with that. I'm thinking many women agree to it. Otherwise, they'd never ask. As soon as they get to talking about house dates, I disappear. This is not a house call baby, and no shade, but I'm not a 304.
Close your legs to broke men. Okay? Close your legs to broke men.
Cheesecake. Apple pie. Chocolate chip cookies. Brownies.
Love without responsibility is just lip service. It's easy to say, I love you when you're not the one footing the bills. But let's talk facts. When a woman is handling rent, solving family drama, buying clothes, putting food on the table, and even funding her own birthday celebration, what is he bringing to the table? Is it emotional support, real encouragement, any meaningful sacrifice? In far too many cases, the answer is nothing but expectations and excuses. And that's not love. That's emotional manipulation wearing a romantic mask. Responsibility isn't gendered anymore. Wake up. We're in a new era. Women are out here leading companies, building brands, running empires. So why should relationships still operate like it's 1950, with one person, usually the man, expected to do it all? In real partnerships, both people contribute. A strong woman doesn't sit around waiting to be saved. She wants to build together. So let's be clear. A man with no hustle, no vision, and no intention to grow is not struggling. He's a liability, not a partner. Love should never feel like a second job. Choose growth, choose balance, choose real partnership.
Why you shouldn't date broke men. Period. Here's 10 reasons why. It's not about the money. It's about the stress that comes with it. Number 1, no money. No peace if his pockets are empty. His mind is full of problems. And those problems will land on you. Number 2, you feel like his mom, not his girl. He's not looking for love. He's looking for someone to fix his life for free. Number 3, he's always mad at something. Not because of you, but he's mad because he's broke. You'll feel the coldness for no reason. Number 4, there's no romance, just bills, no dates, no surprises, just chilling at home again. Number 5, you'll beg for love and get nothing. He's too tired, he's too busy, he's stressed. He can't even hug you right. Number 6, you'll do all the work emotionally, financially, and even mentally. He's not a boyfriend, he's another job. Number 7, struggle love is not cute. This isn't a movie. It's your real life. And stress, it's not a love language. You can't build a future with someone who's lost. You're trying to grow, he's trying to survive. That's not teamwork. Number 9, he'll be jealous of your success. The better you do, the worse he feels. That's not love, that's competition. Number 10, you deserve peace. A man should bring peace, not problems. Love shouldn't feel like a war. The truth, you can support a man, but you shouldn't carry him. Choose love that lifts you, not drains you. And look, you can date a broke man, but only if he's actively working to change his life, not just sitting around and complaining about it. There's a big difference between a man who's down and trying and one who's lazy and dragging you down with him. But most importantly, remember, don't get a Filipina girlfriend. You're welcome.
This is rule 101 as to why women cannot be in relationships with broke men. Because one part of the conversation that people don't talk about enough is when you get in a relationship with a man that's broke and you take on the responsibility of paying for stuff and get into your masculine role, you lose respect for him, right? And losing respect for him is exactly why you would come to the internet and tell everybody that you're dating a broke man, right? That lack of respect is the same reason why you would come to the internet and air him out, right? Because we really don't need to know. You got one or two decisions to make in this. Either you can keep paying for stuff and shut up, or you can break up with him, right? It's not very hard. But when you get to the point where you okay with embarrassing him on the internet, it's because you have a lack of respect for him. And that lack of respect comes because you're in a masculine role, taking care of him like a dependent, like a child, right? So you don't have respect for him. You don't see him really as a man. At the end of the day, if he's that down bad, he does not need to be dating. He needs to be focused on getting his money together. Y'all can be friends. That can be your homeboy. But as far as a relationship, he doesn't have what it takes to be in a relationship. See, that's the problem with y'all and not knowing how to vet. If you're vetting for somebody to be in a relationship with, somebody to be able to be a leader, a protector, one of the main things you would need to make sure is that that person is financially stable. I'm not putting a number on how much the person needs to make. Financially stable in general. You need to see how this person deals with money, how they manage money, all of that, right? But that's part of the vetting process and knowing that this person is somebody that you can actually be in a relationship with. The fact that that's not a deal breaker for y'all is the reason why a lot of y'all end up in relationships you shouldn't be in. A man who cannot manage his money, a man that is broke, a man who puts dating over his financial stability is a huge red flag. There is no reason why you're more concerned about women than you are your financial stability. Outside of a woman, as a man, you should be focused on your financial stability. But the fact that you're not and a woman is more important to you says where your priorities are. Your priorities are messed up. So again, back to the original point. He can be your homeboy until he can get himself together, until he can establish showing that he's a man and he financially can support himself and somebody else. But until that point, you being in a relationship with him, if you want to continue to be his sugar mama, then keep doing that. But if you're going to do that, then shut up and keep it off the internet.
He's not broke, but he's not really stable either. How is he broke if he owns a house and pays his bills? Simple, he's house poor. He's got the keys to a home, but once the bills are paid, there's nothing left. No cushion, no flexibility, no room to breathe. That's not stability. That's survival mode. And a man in survival mode has no business dating. Here's the real issue. Too many men stay stuck because they know someone will pick up the slack. There's always a woman willing to play savior, to cover costs, carry weight, and hope he changes. But let's be honest, there's a difference between being broke and being stingy too. Some men have the means, they just choose not to invest in you. At the end of the day, owning a home doesn't mean you're ready for a relationship. If there's no motivation to grow, build, or give, you're not a partner. You're just another bill.
Broke niggas is the scariest niggas you're gonna come across, bro. I mean, they are literally the scariest dudes you're gonna ever come across. These motherfuckers will see you with a house, a home, a place to lay your goddamn head at night, a car, transportation, a good job, a job, period. See that you can afford to get your hair done, your nails done, your makeup, lashes, any motherfucking thing you can dream of, you can afford it. You can afford to put groceries in your house. You can afford to go on vacations. All of that. And these broke ass motherfuckers think you want to use them. For what? Ideas? Y'all don't even have that. I will never fucking forget, bro, on my birthday last year. I had a motherfucker argue with me, and I'm still mad at myself to this day that I even allowed this motherfucker to bother me and argue with me on my birthday about $20 fucking dollars. About $20, y'all. So you know what I did? I sent that bitch a screenshot of $20,000 in my bank account. And he got even more mad. Bitch, I don't care about your $20. I can wipe my ass with them $20. But this is the same dude who felt like I would be using him if he was to give me any money. Y'all niggas are scary. I just can't do it, and bitch, I will stay single.
A broke man always have a plan to get money with your money. Like, sir, I don't need you to show me how to blow money loan. I screamed at, One of my boys said his friend asked about me and said, hell no. You don't want those problems. She goes out to eat at expensive restaurants for fun. Last dude I was talking to said if I was making your kind of money, this is what I would do. I can see where this is going. He is now blocked. Say it, sis. Then the ones with money are super stingy and asking you what you bring to the table. Another man who won't ask me what I bring to the table.
These are 3 signs that man that you're talking to is broke. Coming in strong. Their favorite line to say every time y'all go out is, ooh, babe, I forgot my wallet. Can you pay? I'll pay next time. Damn, can you cover me? They start patting they pockets. Damn, I thought I had my card. Like what you mean you forgot your wallet? Like what you mean you forgot your card? Now you playing with me. Now you think I'm stupid. If he do this, oh baby, you need to run. Because that's a red flag. Like you don't got no Apple Pay? You want me to cover you every time? Girl, you better run, because I fell for that trick one time. Luckily, I'm not with that man no more. Second sign is he never planned no real date. Always want to chill at the crib. He never want to make no reservations to take you out. He always want to talk in the car or chill at your crib. He just never want to spend no money on you. Or maybe even he just not taking you serious. If a man don't want to spend no money on you, I doubt that he likes you. Because every man does everything in their ability to make the woman that they love or like happy. Last sign is he always asks you to send him money. It's okay to ask your girl for money every once in a while, but all the time, like you don't have $30 in your Cash App. You don't even have $20 to get you no food. Why you steady asking me for money? Like I go to work and I bust my ass every other day. And I work hard for my money. And you feel like you can just come ask me for $50? Did you work that little 9 hours with me? No, you didn't. Men who want to ask their girl for money all the time and not get up off their ass and go make their own money. Oh, baby, those are the worst type of men. And free my girls who are dealing with men like that.
You know, when you get with a guy, if he cannot financially take care of all of your bills, if he cannot keep you in labels, if he cannot get your nails and your hair done and take you on vacation, there really is no point in even being with him. And if you think like this, you're a part of my problem. That is what whores think. That is how prostitutes think. And you grown-ass women are out here raising little bitty miniature prostitutes, talking about run them pockets, see what you can get, not thinking, how about I create myself to a financial security, create myself to a level that I can date who I want to because money is not an issue. If you're factoring money when you're getting with somebody, you know what you are? You're not a partner. You're a parasite. You're a virus. There's a reason why we have vaccines and the reason why we have antibiotics to kill parasites and infection and things like that. You're not a partner. You're there to build, not break. I mean, excuse me, that's what I think. You're here to build somebody up, not break somebody down. I mean, explain to me what has happened. And I'll tell you this. When you're dating a rich man, there is something that they are void of. They usually have zero or none emotional intelligence. They usually are void of any kind of apathy. There are some fundamental things that they are missing. This is why hustlers, like drug dealers and hustlers, this is why they can end up with a corporate girl, because they have their feet down on the ground and they just happen to make money. But that's another lesson right there. So what you're telling me is you're willing to take those important things and you're willing to put them to the side because somebody got some money. You don't think something's wrong with that? When you have been loved properly and not fed, you are nourished. Your soul is nourished, your mind is nourished, and your heart is full. You cannot go back to that. You cannot make your love and your time transactional. Someone paying for your time, someone you're focused on what you can get from them. I honestly think it is absolutely disgusting. And this trend of y'all follow the sprinkle. Yo, if that's how you want to live your life, just know that you're taking some of the most beautiful things about life and you're putting it away because you don't have what it takes to create the life that you want for yourself. So what is that about? And plus, not everybody has the aesthetics to be able to demand such. So what are you going to do when you age out of that category? You're just going to be an old hoe? You're going to be an old prostitute? The whole thing irritates me to death. So that's my rant for today.
Real love builds. It doesn't burden. Love should feel like two people climbing together, not one carrying the other uphill. There's a huge difference between a man who's broke but driven and one who's just broke and comfortable. If he's hustling, learning, chasing growth, that's a man with vision. That's someone you can build with. But a man stuck in a lazy comfort zone, one who makes zero effort to grow, evolve, or support you, that's not a partner. That's a passenger, and eventually a weight. Here's the truth most women keep to themselves. Being the only provider, financially, emotionally, or otherwise, kills your peace. When there's no balance, bills feel heavier, love starts to feel like labor, and conversations turn into constant complaints. And some broke men know exactly how to flip the script. They weaponize guilt. If you loved me, you'd help me out. You've changed ever since you got your money up. Oh, now you want me to hustle like a woman? Let's be clear. That's not affection. That's emotional manipulation dressed as vulnerability. And sadly, too many women confuse that guilt for loyalty until they're drained dry. Love shouldn't feel like a guilt trip. It should feel like teamwork, progress, and peace. Don't settle for someone who pulls you down while you're trying to rise.
I'm telling you what I know, girls. Broke men are mean, okay? They are mean because they are not happy with themselves. And a man's ability to provide is essential to his confidence, to his self-esteem, just like the way a woman looks is very much associated with how she feels about herself and affects her confidence and her self-esteem. Obviously, rich men can be mean too, okay? But what I'm telling you is, as a whole, 98.9% of men who cannot provide for themselves, like basic necessities, that need somebody else to help them with food, shelter, and transportation, men that are not in a place where they want to be in their life, where they are frustrated for prolonged periods of time, they need outlets to vent that frustration. If a man is broke, chances are it's not one day of being broke. It's months, it's years of not being able to do what he needs to do. And there is a pent up frustration, and he will take it out on the people that are closest to him. The number one person he's taking that out on is his significant other. He will be mean to you. Okay, and it can be just a matter of him being snappy and rude, stingy, accusing you of being a gold digger just because you are asking for bare minimum, or just because you are confident. It could be him having a problem with you having confidence in yourself and loving yourself. He'll have a problem with that, or it could be downright violent. When a man is not where he wants to be, especially financially, the woman in his life is paying for it. And I don't care what couples are smiling on social media, back behind closed doors. If there's money problems and he can't do anything about it, he is mean, he is mean, he is mean. And I'm telling you, if you are not married to this man, if you don't have to stay there, run. Because again, it's not just about money. It's not just about superficial things, vacations, bags, whatever. Yeah, of course it's nice. But what it's about is when a man is not comfortable in his manhood, when he does not feel like a man, when he feels like he needs to be in a different place, that is an internal struggle, okay? And that is something that nobody can solve for him, but the people around him are the ones paying for it. Can he be still mean if he has money? Sure. Does his money make him feel like he can control you? Of course. But that's when you always have your own. So that's a whole different conversation. But I'm telling you, when a man is broke, when a man cannot do basic things for himself, when he needs you for a place to live, when he's driving your vehicle, he's mean to you. There's a couple things I didn't mention before. If you are in a position where you are okay and stable financially, but he is not, and you are helping him, it may start off fine, and he's grateful and he's nice, but I'm telling you, it's going to wear off. Okay. And he'll start to resent you. He will have this resent towards you. He'll have the secret competition with you. Anytime you start shining bright or, getting a lot of compliments from other people, he's going to have a problem with that. He's going to sabotage a lot of things that are important to you, like birthdays, things like that, because he's jealous of you. And it's because he does not feel good about himself. And it again, starts off great. He's grateful, all the things, but he can only hold that up for so long, because there is an internal thing. And I'm going to tell you why it is. Because you represent everything he is not. He is not in a man's position. He is in a feminine damsel in distress role. You are in a masculine role. He's in feminine energy, you're in masculine energy. And for a man, that's not okay. Okay? And I'm not speaking from a gold digger, superficial, it's nothing like that. I want you to think about this, girls. Think about when you feel ugly, when you feel overweight, when you feel, let's say you had a time when you were a teenager and your face was just full of acne, and you remember how terrible you felt. You didn't even want to go outside. Sometimes it got really, really dangerous, the way your thoughts were. And not only is it from the pressures of society, how we are pressured to look a certain way, but also we internalize that. We believe so much of our worth comes from what we look like as women. And unfortunately, it's a thing. It's a thing, okay? Think about how that affects you. Well, imagine that for a man, but it's not in the looks department. It's in the provider department. It's important to them. And when they're not in a good space, it's going to hurt you. I believe there's a time and a place that men and women should and should not be dating. Like, there's a time, like if you, certain times in a person's life is not the time they should be trying to, like, I feel like if you're fresh out of a breakup and you're hurting and bleeding and stuff, that's not the time to get a new man. Just like for a man, it's not the time for him when he can't keep a roof over his own head. That's not a time to find a female. That's just not, because you just aren't yourself. I think the dynamic is different if it's a teamwork situation, and let's say he lost his job or something very unfortunate, or he fell ill or something and wasn't able to work. That is a completely different conversation. I'm talking about you are in a position where you're stable and good, and you happen to meet somebody that is not stable, and you guys start a relationship together. It's not going to work. And one of three things will happen. He's going to get on his feet because of you, but take the resources that you invested and he put it in another woman, because that woman will actually make him feel like a man. Number two, you will get so tired of his toxicity that you won't care what he does with the resources he got from the relationship. You just want him gone. Okay? Here, ding, ding, ding. Or number three, you stay there, but you're miserable. You don't speak your truth. You start grinding your teeth. You get ulcers. You start having health problems, and you hate your life. It is not good for a man's self-esteem when he is broke. It's not good for anyone's self-esteem when they're broke, but what it does to a man is not the same as what it does to a woman. And if you have the option to leave when he is in that frustrating part of his life, you're really not supposed to be there. Now, if y'all are married or whatever, that's a completely different story. I can't tell you what to do. You can either take heed and take the advice of someone who's been there and done that, or you can be stubborn and hard-headed, and you are the one also wasting years of your life and time and money and resources that you will never get back. So it's up to you.
If you're losing sleep, money, and peace, what's he losing for you? Love isn't supposed to feel like a second job. If you're constantly sacrificing your energy, finances, rest, and sanity just to hold things together, ask yourself, what is he sacrificing for you? Because real love, it's a two-way street, not just funded by your purse, but fed by time, effort, and action. You can't keep pouring from your cup into someone who won't even lift a finger to help refill it. Being broke isn't the problem. Staying broke is. Let's get one thing straight. Being broke isn't a crime. Everyone hits rough patches. Life happens. Some are just starting out, others are healing or rebuilding. But there's a major difference between a man who's broke but building and a man who's broke but expecting luxury. The first one has a plan. The second one has entitlement. And that's the difference between a partner and a project. If you want peace, real love, and a solid future, choose a man who thinks long-term, supports your grind, has dreams and goals of his own, believes in shared growth, can hold things down when life gets hard. Because in the real world, love isn't just about vibes, it's about partnership. Final thought, feelings aren't enough anymore. Stop choosing partners based on emotions alone. Choose based on alignment, values, vision, and mutual effort. A man who truly loves you won't sit comfortably while you carry all the weight. He won't just watch you struggle, he'll move. He'll show up, step up, and build with you, not ride off what you provide. So ask yourself, are you dating a teammate or a dependent? Are you building love or just bankrolling someone's lifestyle? Your peace, future, and worth are too valuable to waste on one-sided love.
Ladies, what the fuck is going on? Like literally, what the fuck is going on? How are you falling in love and falling for at all, period? Falling for at all. Broke guys. What is appealing about a man that is in debt and unable to provide for you? I need to know this. I need to know the science behind it. I need you to make it make sense for me. Because I'm genuinely so concerned. So concerned for you. I'm concerned for your mental health. I'm concerned for your overall well-being. I am just very concerned. And I need you to know that there's nothing okay about that. There's nothing okay about that, okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody else says to you. They're lying.
If you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more.